Hello, I'm Cindy Arenberg Seltzer, President and CEO of the Children's Services Council of Broward County. Welcome to another episode of Future First, Focus on Broward's Children. September 30, 2011 marked the end of CSC's 10th year of existence. During those 10 years, we provided the leadership, advocacy, and resources which have literally transformed the lives of thousands of children in Broward County. One of our proudest accomplishments was the creation and funding in 2006 of S.T.E.Ps, Supported Training and Employment Programs, an innovative summer program which helps youth with special needs gain employability and life skills. Prior to that time, youth with special needs typically fell through the cracks when it came to receiving support in transition to adulthood. Dr. Herm Fishbein, then a member of staff at the CSC, led the creation of S.T.E.Ps. Through CSC funding of United Cerebral Palsy of South Florida and the Dan Marino Foundation, S.T.E.Ps has provided hundreds of Broward County youth who have physical and developmental disabilities the opportunity to get meaningful employment and valuable experiences to assist them their entire life. Perhaps as importantly, it has also proved to be an amazingly eye-opening experience for their parents. Starting in 2011, we've modified the program to now be a year-round model called S.T.E.P, which incorporates school year-based life skills program with the summer internships formerly part of S.T.E.Ps. To talk to us about the way S.T.E.Ps has helped transform lives since its inception are Ardeli Rivera, S.T.E.P Program Coordinator at UCP of Broward County, Tanisha Adams and Cedric Clemmons, S.T.E.Ps participants through UCP, who are now employed directly by the companies they interned with while in S.T.E.Ps, and Susan Morantes, Vice President of Disability Services at the Dan Marino Foundation and a parent of a S.T.E.Ps participant. Later, we'll hear from Bryce and Rich Lucas. Bryce is a S.T.E.Ps program participant who is applying his skills in the workforce while pursuing higher education, and Rich is his father. Before we begin, let's roll some tape of interviews we did with Cedric and Tanisha about 3 years ago.
My name is Tanisha Adams. I work in housekeeping. I help Ms. Delaraine doing bakery. I file a little bit of papers. I run errands. I make copies. I fold towels, clean rooms. In the bakery, I wash dishes. I help them cook. I design things, as in cupcakes and cookies and brownies. I help them set up. I greet the customers, and I ask them, how's their day? This is a good opportunity for me to exposure because I want to be an entrepreneur, so it gives me some exercises like social skills, working with customers, waking up early to be on time. I want to be an entrepreneur as owning my own hair and nail business, or I would like to be an entrepreneur owning daycare centers. I've been with United Cerebral Palsy for 2 years, and it's helping me in social skills, developing skills, emotion skills, and to help other people.
Well, I do like groundskeeping. Like I like fill like the underwater tanks. Sometimes I go to the beach and like take the sand off the sidewalk, and sometimes I like just a little bit of on everything. They taught me how to be on my own and independent.
Well, you both have come a long way since then. A couple more years of work under your belt. Tanisha, you recently came to a CSC meeting to tell the council what the program has meant to you. Can you talk a little bit about what S.T.E.Ps has meant for you and what your goals are now?
S.T.E.Ps mean a lot to me. My goals are to get my GED to further my education. I did get a phone call from FAU to start my prep classes, and I'm going to push my education further because I'm going to be somebody in life. And UCP pushed me that far, and I really thank them.
That's so wonderful. And are you still thinking about owning your own business?
No, I changed my mind.
You're entitled. We all do. What are you thinking now, honey?
Dentist, hygienist.
Oh, excellent. And Cedric, what about you? I know you've also come a long way, and you're working for Wyndham, obviously. What have you been doing?
I've been doing a lot. My goal is to become manager, supervisor, get a promotion. Doing that by working hard, doing what I'm supposed to do, just listen to my bosses, and do the right thing.
And we've heard from your bosses that they love you. And I know that you have a nickname around the hotel.
Oh, yes.
Can you tell us what it is?
Smiley.
Yes. I'm sure that everybody who goes through the hotel is just happy to be working around you. And in fact, I think we heard that from your boss, that the people who work with you are just delighted and enjoy it so much. Ardeli, you've been supporting these young people through their journey these last few years. Can you tell us about the transformation that you've seen?
It was amazing. When they came with a lot of trouble in their minds. We see them through the years blooming. Their self-esteems are strong. They believe in their skills. They see themselves stronger and unstoppable. That is inspiration from all of us in the program.
And they're really just an example. You have how many at UCP?
We have 32 at this year, and through the years, with the help of the Wyndham and JCPenney's, they're providing us with a magnificent environment for the kids to develop those working skills so much needed. So very hardworking. The kids enjoy the time with the teachers. And as part of the partnership with the industry outside, we take them on the job training. They have the opportunity to work and see how it is. What is the reality of holding a job? What is required for them to do? And the skills they have to develop.
And the employers have been delighted, I know. Susan, you've been working with this program since inception as well. Can you talk a little bit about the experience at Dan Marino? How many children have you had through the program now?
Well, we've had over 220 young adults that have been through the Summer STEPs program, and now we have 32 young adults who are in the Step Into Employment program, which is the year-round program. And we've been following our young adults, and we found that throughout the years of those 200 and those that we've kept in touch with, and some of them are still in school, but about 47 have become employed, and 33 are in four-year college. So we're really proud of those results because it's really against the national trend, unfortunately, for our young adults with disabilities. So we really are proud of that, and CSC has certainly been our partner throughout, a very, very great partner. Our employers have been terrific. We have a lot of employers that continue to hire our children and are happy to do it and have really become spokespeople for our program. So we're happy.
It's fabulous. And sadly, expectations have been so low for young people with special challenges. And I'm so glad that we've been able to do something to change that mindset, both for them and for their parents. But for the young people themselves, acquiring the self-confidence and knowledge that STEPs has brought into their lives, it's not only about successfully integrating them into the workforce, it's also about just expanding your horizons, as Tanisha said. The young man we're about to hear from is an example of that. Let's hear from Bryce Lucas, a student at Broward College, and his father, Rich.
I am currently in my second year at Broward College as a student. I'm also working at Publix as a front service clerk, and I feel that with the Children's Service Council, it introduced me to the real world experience that most autistic people have had a difficult time experiencing before. And it's been able to help.
It's one thing at a time.
It's been able to help me get to a college level, to earn a job. I started the STEPS program probably when I was very young, when I was starting off.
Oh boy.
I was probably in my between my early and late teens when I started getting involved with the youth program. I actually got my first working job working at a library in Fort Lauderdale City for the Dan Marino Foundation, and since then I've worked for the North Broward Medical Center, and I've also worked in my old preschool, Bodwin Oral Preschool, Susan B. Katz.
Well, as Bryce is getting older, through the school system, the next part of life is getting a job. Usually you get a job during the summer. And we tried that, and we weren't having any luck. That's a difficult thing for kids to get jobs in the summer. For anybody to get a job these days anyways. And we were lucky enough that the Dan Marino's Foundation Summer Steps program was pretty much developing at the time that he was eligible, to be involved with it. And it teaches the different aspects of working as opposed to being a student.
For right now, I'm keeping my opportunities open at the moment, which is why I'm studying for liberal arts degree at the moment. And as the years pass, I might consider, it'll give me the time to consider what I really want to study for, what I want to pursue, because right now, I'm just keeping my doors open at the moment. I've always had thoughts about what I wanted to do with myself and where I wanted to go from here. Like, years ago, I wanted to work in a library because I've always loved reading and working with books and stuff. And then I wanted to really get involved with the acting theater groups, because theater has always been my hobby, and the way I see theater is not just performing in costumes and dancing or singing, but it's also helped me to really be able to perform it in front of millions of people who come to watch, to build self-confidence in doing so, and even able to speak in front of them, which is something most autistic people struggle with, communication. And I once considered working for a newspaper because I also love to write. Writing is probably one of my strong points. I've always been an idealistic person, always thinking of stuff that I wanted to write about, stories I wanted to tell, and there's so many doors open for me, and who knows, I might consider continuing my work at Publix, rising from being a clerk to maybe being assistant manager. The possibilities are endless, really.
I think that there's so many of these children are becoming, age appropriate for working, and it's going to be a difficult process. Employers want people with experience. This gives these kids an opportunity to experience maybe not the specific job they may be doing, but the rewards of working. They get paid. The responsibilities of working. They need to be on time. They have to do what they're told. They have to do what all of us do every day. And it's more to what I consider real life practice, to be self-sufficient in our society, to be productive in our society. And what it does is it gives them the experience that employers expect and that they want. And without getting that first step, then it'll be difficult to just suddenly go into the job market. And it's taught him, more than what a teacher can teach him, or more than what a parent can teach him. It's different when your boss tells you something. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I wanted. I wanted him to experience what I experience every day. You got to do what the boss tells you to do.
The parental pride is just palpable there as you listen to Rich speak. And Susan, I know you come at this from a special place, not just from Dan Marino, but also as a parent of one of our STEPS participants.
I do.
And that was pretty emotional for you, as I recall.
Yeah. It's great to see Bryce doing everything he's doing. I've known him since he was 4. Our children were also actually together at the Bode One preschool that Bryce worked at a couple summers ago. So I've watched him grow up into the great young man he is. And my son has a distinct love of animals, but he is not functioning at the level that Bryce does. So it was a little scary for us to enter that job force. He'd never really worked before. He was in school, but I think he was ready for it. I, on the other hand, was not ready for it. So, it took some talking and getting used to, and, Dr. Fishbein was very supportive of Sean and myself, and so he's worked in the Summer Steps program for several years, most of the time with animals, and now he's working in a program at the Zoo Miami with the hopes that he will be working full-time there, which is where he's always wanted to work. And they were very impressed, the people that are running the program in Miami, at the resume that he had, and that was all because of the Summer Steps program and what he already knew how to do, which a lot of the young adults that were working there, they're starting from scratch.